Our first induction is the story about a basketball player and a cheerleader who teamed up to not only provide Maple River with championship moments, but also years of service and leadership.
I remember John's dad said something about, oh, John, he has 4 girls, he'll never be going to sporting events. And we always kind of laughed at that. So
he was wrong.
For the past 36 seasons, John and Jan have been a fixture in the stands, concessions, and sidelines of Maple River activities. Whether it was for their 4 daughters, their numerous nieces and nephews, or for their grandchildren, their contribution to Maple River has nurtured generations.
Well, John has done a lot of grilling at football games. He's famous for his pork chop on a stick.
Famous for something.
And I guess I was responsible mainly for getting the kids to practice and going to the games when he couldn't. And
well, I mean, it was those years of working in the Booster Club food stand, and when I coached a lot of softball and basketball when the kids were younger, and so there was just lots of things like that. It was on the Booster Club board, years ago, and so I mean, it was just lots of stuff like that and you meet so many good people. Oh, that was probably back in the 90s, so that way they were trying to do some stuff that was, it's much bigger deal now. I mean, they've kind of combined everything and stuff, because they had a softball board, and so there was a lot of things, and I think they still do have some of that, but it's more combined toward the AAA stuff now than it was then. So, we bought $2 million worth of T-shirts and sweatshirts, and so but that's always nice to have to support like that stuff. And I mean, it's and you always, where's Maple River? Where's Maple River?
Yeah.
So, that's always a good.
And I've heard stories about Scotcheroos. So Jan, tell us about that.
Well, when they need a pan of bars or anything, I try and help out. And I guess Scotcheroos are one of my favorite, and they go well.
Well, like you say, that the system is just the education part, the sports, the band and choir. I mean, it's just all so good and so fun to watch and be a part of. So that's what's nice about the Maple River school system.
Well, I think too, the group of people that you meet, you always stay connected with them. Even after our kids have graduated and stuff, you're still good friends with them, and it's fun to meet and talk with them. We went to California for softball tournament, and the guys just had a blast going off, sightseeing and stuff. And so I guess it's the friends.
Well, the biggest thing is going back to the summer softball travels. This was before GPS. So me and Gary Walters, we'd have suburban loads of kids. No idea where we were, and here we'd be up driving around in the cities looking for ballparks. It was just, it was so much fun. Mm-hmm. Not at the time, but now looking back. But GPS would have been so nice back then. But
I don't know how many times we would go by the Capitol, and I would say, John, we've been here. This isn't right.
We're going in circles, John.
Well, I mean, just because your kids aren't there, I mean, it's still fun to be a part of. It's just great to see those people, and those same people are all they're still there too. The same people that we were there 30 years ago are still doing the same thing we're doing. So it's just a big group of people that like to get together.
Well, especially now since I'm retired, I love to go. I love the sports. I love the um, arts and academics and stuff. I enjoy it. So I think that's the big one.
Well, I think that's part of we've tried to instill that in our kids and our grandkids, that you can do stuff. You can go volunteer. You can do that kind of stuff for these organizations. It doesn't take that much time, and it's greatly appreciated by people.
Yeah, and when sometimes when the grandkids would talk a little bit about it, then John would always say, "Building character. That's important." Last year for Christmas, he gave each one of the kids a knife, and he had inscribed in it, "Building character," and that's kind of what he's about, I guess.
Well, I can still remember Ben was in fourth grade basketball, and they lost, and he was just beside himself. It's just remember, it's a game. That's the biggest thing. Tomorrow, sun will come up. But it's tough now, but it's still just a game, and you learn from it, and you get better, work harder.
Yeah. Julianne, when she was catching, then after she graduated, she was talking to a girl from an opposing team, and they always said, "We were so scared of you because you were so mean." And that's not really Julie, but she had that face that she was so determined. And so I always thought, after these kids graduate, then they find out that they can have friends from other schools. And it's just fun to hear. Well, it's an honor, and the people that have been inducted before us, I've always looked up to them or thought how wonderful and helpful they have been. So, yeah, it was an honor, or it is an honor.
Yeah, that's all these years that we've been going through and stuff, and the people you've met, and it's nice to be recognized that people did see you there. You weren't just a butt in the seat. So.
Our second inductee is a story about hard work and determination. Ned Shuck's legendary workout routine captured the hearts of the Maple River community on his run at the state tournament. And after, as he rose through the coaching ranks to become a Division I head coach.
Yeah, I think when I look back at the moments that stand out to me, obviously the state tournament was one of those, but there's a lot of little moments too, along the way with the morning workouts and the conversations with the coaches, and track and cross country and even football in my younger years. I really cherish the home duels. The school band playing was, something I just, again, grew up watching, and being a part of that was pretty cool. And the smell of popcorn walking into the gym, that's still, anytime I hear that, or smell that, it still brings me back to those memories of competing as a high school athlete, and it was really special to me. But I think the state tournament thing was just, it kind of caught me, a little bit by surprise. I knew I had a lot of people behind me, and the community was always super supportive, but to have a couple bus loads come up to watch me compete at the state tournament, my junior and my senior year, was really special. It just showed again, how tight the community and how much they want to support, their local student athletes. And for me, that was like a bright moment. I didn't have the result that I wanted to, unfortunately, at the state tournament, finishing second and third, but looking back, finishing those matches and being in that spot where, hey, I can, after the end of the matches, come back and just thank all the people that came to support me, and it was just really special and really cool to see how many showed up. Yeah, I really just took a lot what I learned there at my time at Maple River. You know, my coaches, you know, I tell people all the time they saved my life, and I really truly believe that. They had that big of an impact on me and really righted the ship from a very struggling middle school student, behavior-wise maybe. And so, you know, really I just wanted to give back. And I always knew, since those guys made an impact on me, that I wanted to coach and do the same. And so literally from, you know, my 7th grade year helping out youth programs with Coach Soma, all the way through, you know, my college experience, I knew I was going to coach and give back. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough now to coach at the high school level, you know, the Division III level, the college scene, the Division I level, and now a Division I head coach at Bellarmine University. And so it's just been a passion of mine, something I learned from the people that made a big impact in my life. And I'm just trying to do the same. If I can do a fraction of what they did for me, then I feel like I've been successful, you know, in my pursuits as a coach as well. So it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I get to wake up every morning knowing that I get to improve my team and pour into my guys. So I'm having a blast with it. Yeah, I love to follow, you know, Maple River sports in general, especially the wrestling team, you know, now with the co-op. So it's no longer the Eagles, you know, so that's, you know, it's different, but it's, you know, it's great. It's been really cool going back to actually watch them qualify for the state tournament. The first time in our history that I believe I can remember, definitely during my time. And so that was special for me to go back and be there for that, and see, you know, just all the work that put in, the groundwork that everybody before me and everybody after me put in to make that happen was really special. But I love being able to check in with the guys. I would love to do it more, would love to give back more, but I've been back for a few camps and you know, mentored a few of the kids, you know, and a while back, but yeah, I would love to get more connected with them here moving forward. And, you know, hopefully we can get a future, Eagle Longhorn here now back at Bellarmine someday. So, but yeah, it's been fun to stay connected with the program a little bit and hope to do more in the future. Yeah, I think I really treasure my time, you know, there growing up. It's the tight-knit community you just can't replace it. You know, I've lived all over the place now in Wisconsin, Ohio, New York, you know, and now in Kentucky. And the community, it always feels like home every time I get back. It's like, I feel grateful for all the people that poured into me. And, you know, we used to have right by my house, we used to run by in the morning and have run by the donut shop back when that was still a thing, the little cafe right by my house. And the farmers that were there would, hey, we saw you out running and cheer you on. And there's just so many people that got behind it. I remember, Mr. Herbst was one of the teachers that, used to, all of a sudden he started working out in the mornings with, the same mornings I'd be doing. He'd be running and walking in the halls when I was running and lifting weights. And so there was just a lot of really cool people that kind of poured in, to me and developing me as a person. My coaches, on the mat, obviously, but even, Jason Fickett as a teacher, he really helped me, kind of get in line with what, an academic, students should be, focusing on and performing and thinking about, down the line and looking a little bit more bigger picture than as opposed to what's right in front of my face. And so, it's a special place to me, and, super excited about the new school. I got a good chance to get a tour on that. It was definitely sad to see, the old building get ripped down where that used to be literally my every morning, workout for, 5 years. And so, but just, it's really cool to see how the community's now poured into helping the school system, the athletics program now continue to thrive at a new level and giving students and student athletes, a great experience. Yeah. When you think about being recognized as somebody that, had some accomplishments worth noting and worth recognizing years down the line, it is special to me because I, as a kid growing up, I always had my, my heroes, at Maple River that were athletes and I was looking up to and was striving to be like them, and that really drove me, as an athlete, all the way through. And so now to think, however many years back, I guess I graduated in 2000. So, 25 years later, that's kind of crazy to hear that. But, to look back and think, hey, that I was somebody that was able to take advantage of what Maple River provided for me and kind of run with it and have a level of success to be recognized is great. And, I think as a athlete, you're maybe not thinking down the line that way to be recognized as a Hall of Fame. But now I think, well, man, all the great people, that have been through, the programs, all the different sport programs, all the coaches and all the people who contributed to athletics, it's pretty incredible. And to be associated with them is an honor and something that, I'll be grateful for, puts a smile on my face. And I wish I could be there in attendance to see a lot of the familiar faces and do that as well. But yeah, it's truly an honor and something that, I'll be able to hang my hat on and feel great about and know that I was given a lot, and I hope I continue to give back a lot to the Maple River community.
This video is sponsored by Maggie J's, where fresh and flavor come together. Ash CRT Insurance, with offices located in Amboy and rural Mapleton, is your full-service insurance provider. They specialize in crop and farm property insurance while also providing coverage for any personal or commercial exposure you might need assistance with. Whether you are shopping your current rates or looking for coverage on a new opportunity, give Jeff, Derek, or Nathan a call today for professional and prompt service for all your insurance needs.